Let's carry on where we left off in the previous video. I'll walk you through the code on lists. Let's look at this example. Let me open up the code using Notepad and let me show you the output. So you can, so this is the output, right? This is the output. Let me show you the code. And there you go. Let me place it side by side, then it will be clear to you. So this is the lists portion and this is the output that we get. Right, so let me close off one of these. Let me place it side by side and let me zoom in the output of it so that you can see it clearly. Now perfect view. As always, we'll start off any HTML document with the opening HTML tag and the closing HTML tag. We'll have the head section and we'll have the body section. The head section essentially contains the title, which in this case is ordered lists. As you can see here, it appears in the title portion of the browser's tab. In the body section, we type in all the code that we want to appear as content on our browser. In this case, we want the days of the week. As we know that the days of the week follow a particular ordering, starting with Sunday as the first day of the week till Saturday being the last, we can use an ordered list instead of an unordered list. In the previous video, if you remember, we had gone for an unordered list because the menu items in a restaurant's menu card will consist of food items or will consist of beverages which do not follow any particular order. So in that case, we can go for an unordered list. But for something like days of the week, ordered list is the right candidate to choose. Now for ordered list, we'll use the OL element. OL is short for ordered list. We have the opening OL tag and we have the closing OL tag. Similar to unordered list, we have the type attribute for the OL element as well. In this case, the type attribute is taking a value of capital A, meaning that the list will be numbered starting from the letter A, starting from the uppercase letter A, and then it will increase by 1 with every subsequent list item. So Sunday gets A, Monday gets B, Tuesday gets C, and so on. And every item in our list will be enclosed between the opening and closing li tags. So you have the opening li tag, the closing li tag. For our first list item, which is Sunday, we have the same thing for Monday and Tuesday and so on. After we are done with our list items, we come up with the opening, we come up with the closing OL tag, beg your pardon, and our code comes to an end. Now, in case we don't want to start off with capital A, we want to start off with small a, all that we need to do is we need to mention the type attribute to take the value small a. And if I just save this, and if I reload, there you have it. Now the list is being numbered starting from small a. As simple as that. If I want the numbering to begin with the digit 1, I can change the type attribute to take a value 1 and I can reload. There you go. I can also use Roman numbers. I can use capital I. If I use capital I, if I save it, if I reload, there you go. I'm getting Roman numbers. I can also use lowercase I to get a different representation of Roman numbers. There you have it. Okay, so in this way we can create a simple ordered list. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to the next example. The next example that I would like to show you is this one. Let me just close the previous file. And let me close these music folders as well. Yeah. Let me show you the next example. Okay. Let me zoom in a bit. Let me open up the code with Notepad. And where is my browser? Here it is. Perfect, perfect, right? So let's have a look at what's happening here. In this case, we see that there is no head section. This is something that you would like to note, that the head section in HTML is optional. The body section is compulsory, but the head section is optional. So we have the opening body tag and we have the closing body tag. This is a must. The head section, we do not require it. Now in the between the opening and closing body tags, we have the OL elements. So as you can see here, opening OL tag, closing OL tag, and within the pair of OL tags, I have a list item, which is laptop. As you can see, is the output given by the letter capital A. Now underneath my list item laptop, I am having another ordered list. Can you see? Right? So this is an ordered list within another ordered list. Such a representation of lists in HTML is known as nested lists. Whenever you have a list within another list, it is known as nesting of lists. And that is exactly what we have here. For our laptop and PC, we have mentioned the price and RAM. So what we wanted was a list within a list. So against laptop, we have again opening OL tag, closing OL tag, and we have the pair of LI tags, right? And next, similarly for the PC, we have a list item as our PC value, and against this PC we have another pair of OL tags describing the price and RAM capacity of the PC. In this way we can have an ordered list within another ordered list. In this case, what happens if I don't use the type attribute? Good question, right? If I just remove the type attribute from all the opening tags, let's see what we get. What is the default output? Let's have a look. I've deleted everything, right? I've deleted all the type attributes. Let me save this. Let me reload. As you can see, if I do not use the type attribute, then by default they'll be numbered starting from 1. Makes sense, right? Okay, so that was about a list within a list. Let's have a look at another example. Let's show you the next one. If I open up using my browser, get the output. Yeah, so this is the output, and let me open it up with Notepad as well. Okay, so this is what we get, right? Okay, let me zoom in a bit. All right, again, let me open up Notepad. Yeah, so this time we have the head section, which contains the title. There is the body section, which contains an ordered list, as you can see. So there is an opening OL tag. Let me maximize this a bit. Yeah, looks all right, I guess. Let me position it properly so that you can see. Yeah, I think this is good. So we have the opening OL tag and we have the closing OL tag here. So the opening OL tag, it starts here. The closing OL tag ends here. And between these two, we have list items. What are the list items? The first one is, as you can see, Ronaldo. The second list item is Pogba, Harry Kane, Sergio Ramos. These are the 4 list items that I have, and they are enclosed between the opening and closing li tags. Right? These are my list items. For which list? For this particular ordered list that I'm highlighting. The one that I've highlighted, opening OL tag and closing OL tag. So for this pair of OL tags, I have 4 list items. The first list item, Ronaldo. The second list item, Pogba. Third list item, Kane. Fourth list item, Ramos. Now against every list item, what I want is unordered lists. So I have opening UL tag, closing UL tag, opening UL tag, closing UL tag, opening UL tag, closing UL tag, opening UL tag, closing UL tag. So against Ronaldo, I have an unordered list describing his nationality and his current club. Against Pogba, again, I have an unordered list describing his nationality and club. Same for Kane, same for Ramos. Again, this is an example of a list within a list forming a nested list structure. This is forming a nested list structure. And one more thing that is worth noting is I have used various values for the type attribute. So for the first nested unordered list, I have used the type attribute to take the value square. In the second case, I've used disk, and that is reflected in the output as well. If you look at the bullet points for Ronaldo, since I've used the type equal to square, I'm getting square bullets. For Pogba, I've used type equal to disk, so I'm getting filled circles. For Kane, I've used type equal to circle, so I'm getting hollow circles. For Ramos, I have not used the type attribute in the unordered list, so I'm getting the default. And what is the default? Hollow circle, right? So the default value for the type attribute in case of an unordered list is circle, and that is exactly what we get for Sergio Ramos, right? In fact, for Ramos and Kane, we are getting the same bulleting. The same bullet points we are getting for Harry Kane and Sergio Ramos, because whether we mention the type equal to circle or we don't mention the type attribute at all, it means the same thing. Another thing worth noting is we can use formatting within the list items as well. For example, if you observe, for nationality, I have enclosed it between the opening and closing B tags. So I wanted it to be in bold. Similarly, for club of each player, I have enclosed it between the opening and closing I tags because I wanted the club to be italicized. In this way, you can apply formatting to list items as well. Next example that I would like to bring forward is this one. Let me open it up. Okay, let me zoom in again. Yeah, makes sense. Let me open up the code. Just give me a minute. So yeah, this is the code. Yeah, this is the code. Slightly longer than the previous ones. So let me expand this a bit. This is better. Let me expand it to the left. Yeah, and let me increase it. Yeah, looks all right. Let's open up the browser. Let me close this. Just close this part and open it up. Yeah. Okay, it's a bit difficult for me to show you the output as well as the code side by side. Anyhow, you can see that the output involves 3 levels of nesting. At the topmost or at the outermost level, I have the names of these locations. In West Bengal, I have the names of these locations. At the next level, I have where they are actually located. So the names of these places is at the outermost level, given by numbered lists, right? Given by numbered lists, we have the names in the outermost level. In the level below it, we have the locations given by unordered lists. And the level below that, we have again unordered list mentioning the entry time and exit time. So this is also an example of nested lists, but in this case, the level of nesting is 3. So if you focus on the code now, you're starting off with an ordered list. So this is the starting point and it's ending here. Okay. And you have the list items. So this is the first list item. This is the second list item, third list item, right? Now against every list item, we have the pairs of unordered lists. So this is the first pair of unordered lists. This is the second pair of unordered list. This is the third pair of unordered list. And against every unordered list, we again have another unordered list mentioning the entry time and exit time of the place. So this is how we can generate a list within a list within a list, right? Sounds like a tongue twister, but that's how it goes. This is a slightly more complicated example, but I think you get the idea. You can extend the level of nesting to as big a depth as you want. Let me maximize this so that you can see the code all at once, right? So if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can do so. This is the first portion. Let me scroll down. This is the second portion, right? So first portion here, this is the second portion, right? I hope you have paused the video and taken a screenshot. All right. So that was all about lists in this video. In the next one, we'll have a look at various examples on tables. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.